What's up, everybody? It's Zach, the Celtics guy here. I'm back with another video, and I'm here to address a scandal going on between Kyle Kulinski, Jimmy Dore, and the Young Turks. So apparently, long story short, there's this drama that's going on over a joke that Jimmy Dore made against Anna Kasparian several years ago, and Anna Kasparian took it took it the wrong way or whatever. Jimmy Dore went out of his way to apologize, and they kind of let it go. And now there's apparently this blackmail that Anna Kasparian of the Young Turks is making against Jimmy Dore, and Kyle Kulinski felt like he had to jump into it, or he felt like he had to jump into it and whatnot, which is pretty disappointing because I'm actually a fan of Kyle Kulinski, overall on a number of issues. I actually side with him the most on, politics and whatnot. I mean, me being, center-left, he's definitely more left than I am on a lot of issues. And I like him a lot. I used to like the Young Turks, but I kind of, don't really care for them much anymore because they kind of lost their way, especially after the whole Sam Harris debacle, but that's a whole nother story for another day. I definitely like Jimmy Dore. Jimmy Dore was a part of the Young Turks network. He kind of left over a tension between them and whatnot, I guess, or something, or maybe he wanted to go do his own independent show. I'm not really sure about that either. But Jimmy Dore has been getting into all this tension. He's been getting into all this tension with the Young Turks, and because Kyle Kulinski is friends with the Young Turks and also friends with Jimmy Dore, I mean, he works for the Young Turks network apparently. So Jimmy Dore has been blackmailed by Anna Kasparian, and it appears that Kyle Kulinski is leaving out the fact that she's blackmailing him, and Kyle's simply saying, I want to stay out of the drama, I want to stay out of the drama, which I can understand. He wants to stay out of the drama, and he wants to just not get involved in any of it, which I can understand, I can respect. But it's the fact that Kyle's actually saying, I side with Jimmy Dore more on these issues in this situation than the Young Turks, but then he's kind of taking Anna Kasparian's side over some fucking joke or some remark that he made to her about a skirt that she was wearing or whatever, because apparently he made a joke to her because Anna Kasparian was wearing a really, really short skirt or something, and when she bent over, he said he saw her ass, and he was being kind of lighthearted and just said, oh, I see your ass or whatever. He wasn't being like a weirdo pervert, or he wasn't making sexual advantages towards her or whatever. But then Anna Kasparian turns around and acts like, oh, that's what Jimmy Dore was doing, blah, 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 blah. Instead of just getting over it, but instead she just can't let shit go. She can't take a fucking joke. She can't let shit go. I wouldn't call it, maybe it's not a joke. I don't know how to really phrase it, but gotta learn to let shit go. And apparently Anna Kasparian can't. See, this is one of the reasons why I don't really have respect for the Young Turks anymore. And Kyle Kulinski is getting a lot of shit for this, because Kyle Kulinski is someone who is a lot more principled, and he's taking a position on this, and it's pretty disappointing. Because Kyle's acting like, okay, I want to stay out of the drama, which I can respect. But then Kyle turns around, and he is getting himself into the drama, and he feels like he has to respond. Why do you feel like you have to respond? No one's putting a gun to your head. No one's putting a knife to your throat saying you have to respond to this, Kyle. You're taking a very biased position on this, and you look really silly. You look really silly saying oh, Anna Kasparian was saying this and that, Anna Kasparian and Jimmy Dore and whatever. The whole thing is fucking stupid. So I have a few videos here that I'm going to respond to in bits, and then I'll link them in the description here so you guys can go watch them and see what you guys think. But I'll respond to it in bits. But first, I'm going to respond to Kyle's video. And it was apparently between Kyle, Jimmy Dore, and Anna, and Aaron Mate, or I forget how you pronounce his name. I think it's Mate or Mott or something, versus the Young Turks. All right, let's respond to this.
So this segment is being recorded pretty late at night. I actually didn't have the time to prep a normal show for you all. I was gonna prep a normal show for you all, but then a giant wrench got thrown into those plans because there was a little bit of Twitter drama that unfolded. There were some passive-aggressive shots that were taken at me. I didn't take kindly to that. And so now I feel like my hand is being forced, and I have to weigh in on an issue that I don't want to weigh in on.
Then don't weigh in on it. Why are you responding to it then if you don't want to weigh in on it? You could just simply say in this video, I don't want to respond to it. It's between them, and that's the end of it. That's what you could have did, Kyle. Why didn't you just do that?
So I'm a little cranky. I'm a little tired. I don't really want to be doing this segment, but now I feel like I have to do this segment. Because of the timing of all this, it has fucked up the potential for a normal show tomorrow, which is a shame because I'm going to have to hop in my car and go to DC, and I don't have enough time to prep and do a show and get all that stuff taken care of. But anyway, enough on the backstory and the current situation. Let's dive into it. So obviously I'm going to talk here about the drama between Jimmy Dore and Aaron Mate versus the Young Turks. So I just want to reiterate, I don't want to do this segment. I don't want to talk about it. I've bent over backwards to stay out of this fight. Now, some of you might not like that. I don't care. I don't care. I'll never hide a single thing from any of you when it comes to policy. But when it comes to personal shit, I don't want to get involved in it, and I want to stay out of it. And that's always how I've been. That's always how I will be. I'm an introvert. I hate drama. This is some fucking drama shit, and I want nothing to do with it. So, the reasons why I want nothing to do with this, number one, it's obvious. Jimmy, Jenk, and Anna are all personal friends of mine. So it puts me in a really weird place. Now, you can pretend like that's not a good reason, but you all know it's a good reason, and you all know if you were in my shoes, you'd feel the exact same way. But yeah. The second reason is probably the more important reason, which is it's ugly and it's personal, which is all the more reason for me to stay out of this. And by the way, I should also add, I'm speaking on behalf of Crystal as well here, because she also has desperately wanted to try to stay out of this. But clearly I can't. She's somehow managed to still not have to really dive into it, at least as much as I'm about to right now. All right, so we're going to break this down. Everybody understand, and please, for the love of God, listen to every word that I'm going to say here. Don't listen to parts of it and then get triggered and then shut it off and fucking freak out or whatever. He's not on my team, he fucking tweeted him. I'm not going to read your shit. Everybody calm the fuck down. There are two separate conversations we're going to have here. There are policy conversations and there's personal conversations. Two separate ones. It's not all the same. It's not all the same. There's policy stuff and there's personal stuff. Saying that up front. So I'm only weighing in here because I've been dragged in. I have to give you my take now on every little aspect of this. And so that's what we have to do. Let's bring the timeline back. It wasn't always like this between Jimmy and TYT. You don't believe me? Take a look. So
it's a very complex situation. I actually was struggling to even talk about this issue, but since it's like in the works right now, since it's like happening as we speak, I figured that I'd go ahead and talk about it. But it's ridiculous. It is fucking petty bullshit. I will agree with Kyle on that. But Anna Kasparian is really the most petty one of all in this situation. And Kyle goes on to it saying, and he defends Anna by saying in the video, later on in the video, he says, if someone said that to my family or like whatever, it would take every fiber of my being not to beat the shit out of them. Are you kidding me? Like, okay, yeah, I can understand if someone was sexually harassing someone that I'm very close to or something. So like if someone did that to your family, oh, I can understand that, because let me tell you, long story short, a while back, my aunt was sexually harassed by a customer of hers because she works in an insurance agency, and this fucking lowlife decided to sexually harass her. And oh my God, I wanted to fucking shoot the guy after hearing about that. Several of my family members wanted to do the same thing. Like, we literally, I mean, so I get that. That wasn't a joke. Whereas with Jimmy Dore wasn't making sexual advantages towards Anna Kasparian. He wasn't doing that. So, like, Kyle, why are you acting like this? Like, you're really, like that's really unbalanced of you to, like, say. That's, like, really unbalanced to, like, be like, oh, well, there I go, like, I would lose everything. And then he goes on to say, who are you to tell her how she can and can't dress? That's like a Republican talking point. No, Kyle, that's not a Republican talking point. Okay, here's the thing. Okay, I disagree with dress codes. I disagree with telling people what to wear or how to do. Yeah, I get that. But here's the thing. You're on the job. Okay, so if you're on a job, you ever heard of this? There's the common saying, there's a time and a place for everything, right? Okay, there's a time and a place to dress with a really short skirt. There's a time for that. Maybe if you're going out to like a nightclub, or you're going out like the bar at night with your friends or whatever, you're on a beach at night with your friends or your boyfriend or whoever, your girlfriend, whoever, and you wear that, that's fine. But when you're on the job and you are making news for millions of people to see, don't you think you want to dress a little formally and not dress with showing that much skin? Now see, okay, yeah, I say that as I'm wearing a fucking tank top. I'm saying that as I'm wearing a fucking tank top. But here's the thing. This isn't my job, and if it was my job, and if YouTube was like my job, I would be dressing more formally. But the difference is, with me, I know this is pretty obvious, but the difference with me is that this isn't a job. This is just a hobby I do. I like making videos. I have a lot of fans. I like making videos. I like covering the news. I like giving my thoughts and opinions and putting out facts for my fans, because I have a fan base. I have a lot of friends on this website. So I like to entertain people, but I also like to kind of teach people about stuff that's going on in the world, and kind of talk about what's going on in the world, and kind of teach people new things every day and bring in new fans every day. So, but the difference is, Anna's on the job, okay? Do you really think that that would fly? And this should apply to both men and women. Like, I wouldn't go to work dressed like this. Like, look, I have a tank top and shorts on. Oh, shit. I have a tank top and shorts on, okay? I know I hit my fucking blinds. Sorry, blinds. Okay, I have a tank top and shorts on. Am I going to go dress like this to work for my job? No, I wouldn't. So this would apply to men and women, okay? There's a time and a place for everything, and you want to have a little bit of self-respect for yourself to kind of dress in certain ways. Like, yeah, like there's a time and a place for everything. Like, again, I wouldn't go dress like this to like a fucking job interview, or to like a ceremony or something, or like a wedding or whatever. Like, no, wouldn't do that, right? So Anna Kasparian did not dress appropriately for her job, and Jimmy Dore was kind of pointing that out and saying, like, that's not really, whatever. And then she took offense to it, like, who are you to tell me that? Like, who are you to tell me that? It's like, come on, Anna, grow a fucking spine, grow up here and deal with it. And then apparently Anna was like blackmailing Jimmy Dore, would say, like, don't talk about it, don't talk about it, don't talk about it. And apparently Jimmy Dore was furious at Kyle Kulinski over this, and he responded to this. Let's listen.
When Kyle told that story, when he did his video, what he did was he got mad at me. The only person he got angry at in the whole thing, he didn't get angry at Cenk for smearing Julian Assange, or Aaron Mate, or his shady business deal, or for calling Jimmy Dore a neo-Nazi, or for saying Aaron Mate worked for the Russians, or Anna Kasparian for tweeting out a doctor video of an award-winning journalist to smear him, or for her doing a phony #MeToo against me to distract. The only person he got mad at in that whole thing, he wanted to punch me in the face. And why? Because the story I just told you, I told on my show about how Anna flashed the newsroom, and I made a joke. And he said, how horrible of that would be. Why would I want to humiliate her again? Because she was blackmailing me. And Kyle left that part out of the story, and his own fans are unsubscribing from his show by the thousands.
That is actually very true. Kyle Kulinski is actually losing a lot of subscribers over this. I can understand why they're doing it, because I can understand why a lot of people are doing that, because they feel like they can't trust Kyle on this and to be principled in the future. I'm not going to technically unsubscribe from him or anything like that, at least not anytime soon. But I definitely it just kind of has dented my opinion of Kyle a little bit, at least slightly anyway. And it is disappointing of Kyle to be so biased on this issue and bitch Jimmy Dore out over a fucking joke and leave out the fact that Anna Kasparian is blackmailing him. I think it's pretty, it's not a very good look for Kyle Kulinski, let's put it that way.
Because of it. He had to do another video he just dropped today apologizing, trying to explain, and it's worse. So Kyle Kulinski is being revealed right now in this moment. So he did that. He did a totally dishonest, bogus fucking move to try to do a false equivalency because he's on the TYT network and it's all about money for him, I guess, because they're taking dislikes away from his thing. I don't know what Cenk Uyghur's holding over his head, but it's really making Kyle look like a piece of it right now. I'll tell you that. And everybody's calling. You saw what he did, right? Yes. Are you okay with it?
I have to agree that I found his last video especially very cowardly, just saying that he didn't want to speak with you. And actually, you know, I have to draw some parallels because I recently saw where he went off at the suggestion that he spoke with Nick Brana.
So I guess this is Nick Brana who wants to, like, bait me into some sort of debate. Dude, I wish you well. I hope you build your party. The last thing you should want is a prominent lefty YouTuber to, like, be put in a position where I come out strongly against you. Sorry, that's the truth. I wish you well, but I don't think you're going to do well. That's my take on it. And you don't want me to, you know, expound on that more because it won't go well for you.
I don't know if Kyle is just like a shy guy or doesn't like confrontation, but it seems remarkably cowardly. And so in this last video, he essentially said the reason that he didn't want to have you on is because he didn't want to ask you a question. So I'm just going to ask you the question that he didn't want to ask you. When you were revealing the blackmail attempt by Anna Kasparian, you used the term that she was dressing inappropriately. In retrospect, do you think that that was the wrong terminology to use in that response?
The only reason I had to talk about that was because she was fucking blackmailing me. And you're gonna nitpick the words that someone who's being in the most sleaziest thing you could do, the thing you can never defend yourself from. You're gonna do. She's gonna weaponize an incident from 7 years ago. That's an obvious, transparent bullshit. She's gonna misuse the hashtags, do things that makes other women not be fucking believed. And the problem Kyle had was that I said she dressed inappropriately when I had to explain what happened. I'm sorry. I don't fucking apologize for that. And what he did was bullshit. And it should what a bullshit thing. I'm not responding to a fucking sleazy blackmail thing properly. I'm not using the proper words. Is that really the accusation? Yes, that was the accusation.
Ooh, yeah, he's going nuclear. And I don't really blame him. I don't really blame him one bit because I don't really blame him. And I don't think Kyle is really cowardly. I wouldn't go that far, but I do think I don't think it's a good look for him, and I think he's trying to pick a side, and he doesn't know what side to pick. And I don't think he wants to pick sides, but I think like he feels like he's forced to want to pick a side, and he doesn't know what side to pick. Kyle should have just messaged them all individually or talked with them individually, privately, one-to-one, and said, listen, I don't want to talk about this. I don't want to get involved in it. I'm here for you. I'm here to support you. I'm your friend, whatever. And that should have been the end of it.
And of course I showed Kyle Kulinski to be a complete full fucking outrage pearl clutcher because he had tweeted at Anna Kasparian before, hey, why don't you masturbate on camera? I bet you'd get more live stream viewers. And Anna Kasparian went back, I bet we'd get 6,000. So they're all fucking pigs. They're all fucking pigs, and they're trying to slime me, and it's not working.
Yeah, Kyle, how much is fucking TYT paying you? It must be pretty good.
Yeah, as you mentioned.
I didn't fucking talk about it the right way. I'm getting fucking smeared and in the sleaziest way possible, and I said inappropriate. Oh my God, Jimmy Dore said inappropriate. Did he say inappropriate? You don't want to punch Cenk Uyghur in the face for smearing Julian Assange while he's being tortured. You don't want to punch Anna Kasparian